Is your phone secretly listening to you? I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But the experience is so incredibly common. So today, we're going to dig in. Are our private conversations really being used to service ads? Let's get into it.
Okay, you have totally been there, right? You're just chatting with a friend about, I don't know, needing a new pair of hiking boots. You haven't searched for it, you haven't typed it anywhere, and then, bam! Moments later, an ad for those exact boots pops up on your social media. It is such an unsettling, uncanny feeling that makes you wonder what is really going on inside that little device.
And look, this isn't just some vague, I think this happened kind of thing. People have these incredibly specific stories that are, well, they're pretty hard to ignore. Let's look at a couple of examples that show just how creepy this can feel.
So check this out. Someone's at a party. They overhear a friend mention the exact company they bought a hot tub from. They've never searched for it, never even typed the words hot tub. And then ads from that specific company start showing up. I mean, that is just way too specific to be a coincidence, right?
Or what about this one? A family is talking about something they need, something super specific, for the very first time. And in less than a day, their feeds are just flooded with ads for that exact thing. See, these aren't just one-off stories. It's this shared mystery of our modern lives. Okay, so the feeling? It's 100% real. Millions of us have experienced it. But is the leading theory that your phone's microphone is actively recording your conversations for advertisers actually true? Let's pivot now from the feeling to the facts.
All right, let's get into the technical side of things for a minute, because according to the experts, there are some pretty big, practical reasons why your phone probably isn't listening to you for ads.
Think about it from a purely technical point of view. For your phone to be constantly recording and uploading everything you say, it would be a nightmare. Your battery would be dead in no time. It would absolutely destroy your data plan. And for the companies on the other end, processing all that audio, ridiculously expensive. The truth is, for advertisers, there are way cheaper and, frankly, more effective ways to know what you're interested in. So you might be thinking, wait, but what about Siri or Alexa? They're always listening. Well, not exactly. They use something called a wake word. Your phone isn't actively processing and understanding everything around it. Instead, it's in this super low-power state, just listening for one very specific sound. That, "Hey Siri," or "Alexa." And only when it hears that does it actually wake up and start processing what you say next. And this is the key difference right here. Wake word detection is super energy efficient. It's designed to be private, only kicking into gear when you call on it. The whole always-on recording theory is the complete opposite. It would be a power hog and a massive privacy nightmare. They are just two totally different technologies. Okay, so if the microphone probably isn't the culprit, how on earth do they know so much about us? Well, the truth is, they don't need your mic. They have other ways of getting inside your head. Let's pull back the curtain on how they really do it. So, if it's not our conversations, what is it? What's giving us away? The answer is a lot more complex, and honestly, in some ways it's even more invasive than your phone just listening in. Here's the thing. They don't need to listen because they are constantly watching every move you make. They're tracking your location, your search history, even your social circles, working on this idea called homology, which basically means you probably like the same stuff your friends like. All of this data gets fed into these incredibly powerful algorithms that build this disturbingly accurate profile of you and can even predict what you're going to want next. And then there's the psychology of it all. It's a classic case of what's called confirmation bias. Think about it. You see thousands of ads a day that are completely wrong. You just scroll right past them. You don't even register them. But that one time an ad lines up perfectly with a conversation you just had, bam, it sticks in your brain. You see it as proof. We're just wired to notice the hits and completely forget about all the misses. So, case closed, right? It's just a combo of clever data tracking and our own brains playing tricks on us. But what if the real threat is something completely different, something we weren't even looking for? Well, a huge study out of Northeastern University found a hidden danger that's a lot more direct. Okay, so these researchers ran this massive project called Panoptispy. And get this, they analyzed over 17,000 Android apps to see what they were really doing in the background. They wanted to know exactly how these apps were handling our data and our privacy. And what they found is a total bombshell. Some of the code hidden inside apps you probably trust, can literally record your phone's screen. I mean, it captures everything you do. Every tap, every swipe, every single thing you type, and then it uploads it. But here's the really scary part.
It can do all of this without asking you for any special permissions at all.
And this isn't some hypothetical threat. They actually caught an app red-handed. It was a conference networking app, and it was secretly taking screenshots of everything its users were doing, even looking at other people's profiles and sending all of it off to some third-party company.
You see, this completely reframes the whole problem. We've all been so worried about our phones overhearing us talking about hot tubs, but the real, much more dangerous risk isn't about ads at all. It's about an app literally recording your screen while you're typing in your banking password, or your credit card number, or a super private message to someone.
Yeah, that is a terrifying thought. So what in the world can we do about it? Okay, let's get into a real actionable defense plan to lock down your devices.
And for this, we're not messing around. We're going straight to the experts at the U.S. National Security Agency. They have a best practices guide for mobile security, and it's pretty clear. Worried about malicious apps? Simple. Only install from the official app stores. Worried about your camera and mic? They literally suggest putting a cover over your camera and even considering a case that can block the mic.
And here are 5 really simple habits that can make a huge difference. First, just power your phone off and on once a week. It sounds silly, but it can actually interrupt certain types of malware. Always update your software as soon as you can. Those updates patch major security holes. Oh, and those public USB ports at the airport or coffee shop? Avoid them. They can be used to compromise your device. Always use your own trusted charger.
So let's say you do all this. You lock down your phone, you're careful about your apps, you're aware of the hidden threats, but it still leaves you with this big lingering question, right? In a world where data is collected everywhere, all the time, is true privacy even a real thing anymore? Or is it just an illusion we're all chasing?